Okay, alright, okay. Alright. Megalomaniac Narcissistic Personality Disorder. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. You know what? No need to go there. I do not hate women. Just to get that point across. If you've listened to me long enough, you will know I've said that a million times. But I also understand when you bring certain things and speak about them, how it is seen. Fear me. Only joking. But let's address this. The word megalomaniac. A person who has an obsessive desire for power. Yes. Are we painting a picture already? Let's carry on. Narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, is a personality disorder with a long-term pattern of abnormal behavior characterized by exaggerated feelings of self-importance, excessive need for admiration, and lack of empathy. My, how naive we as men must be to assume women are thus so sympathetic and empathetic. Ah, poor us. So in viewing modern day and time, is it going too far to say that a large majority of females suffer from narcissistic personality disorder? Is that going too far? Or is that just observation? So aside from the megalomaniac tendencies, an obsessive desire for power, you can say a power for what or a power over whom? You can say a power to be dominant. The power to be dominant over men? Women very much boast how they do not need us nowadays. Many of them also boast that they do not want to be a housewife or just seen as a slave to a man. Of course not. It's your choice. But then when it is a point where you still want the men to be there, but you want to have this huge amount of power and dominance over them, yeah, that's something else. Somewhat sipping too much of that megalomaniac wine, with fruity tones of feminism and a hint of cinnamon. Then let's look at some of the traits of NPD. Exaggerated feelings of self-importance. Now this one, I believe we as men are to blame for this one as well, in parts. Because women can have these feelings, but we are the ones as men that fuel them to give them these feelings that they are thus so important. So of course many of them walk around with this air of self-importance. A woman in a room of thirsty men has a higher level of self-importance. The same woman in a room full of other women of her same level, they all think pretty much the same. If they all act so self-important, maybe when surrounded by their own, will they see their lack of importance? Maybe. Excessive need for admiration. And on this we can say the attention. The need to be fueled to feel that self-important. And the megalomaniac need for power, as they trip and get high off that megalomania. So in being so narcissistic, they have this excessive need to be admired, to be wanted, to be desired. They have the need to be seen above a majority. They have the need to be seen as better than others. They need the attention to fuel their ego, and that also brings forth their arrogance. And then we have a lack of empathy. Yeah, this one's not even difficult, is it? All those men that have been butchered in divorce courts, how empathetic were their former wives to them? How empathetic are they? How empathetic are they when it comes to getting what they want? How empathetic are they when they know they can take what it is you gave them in the first place, being your security and everything that came along with it, including you, now knowing they can take that from you without having to deal with you? It is strange how many of them do this, and do it so easily and carelessly, because it's not as if they put themselves in the man's position to think, you know what, regardless of what happened between us, I do not want to take what this man had before he met me. Yes, I have given him years of my life, but so has he given me years of his. Yeah, but how often do women's minds work as such? Because realistically, how many women are actually empathetic to men that speak on the things that I do? Do they sit back and think, you know what? These guys have a point. There is logic and sense being made here. Come on, please. Now, because of social media where everything is so visual, and you have something like Instagram that breeds thoughts and simps daily on a large scale. So things like Instagram, things like social medias in general continually feed women's NPD. It feeds their narcissism, gives them this semblance of self-importance, makes them crave more attention and more admiration. If you are a man that's different to the norm, if you say to her, "Why am I admiring you? You're just another woman. I do not see you above or below that one there, you're just another one to me." That's not something they want to hear. They want to hear how beautiful they are, how stunningly amazing they are, how good she looks today, how amazing her little comment was. "Oh, that was so inspiring, you should write a book." Simp! Simp! But seriously, in part, we as men are to blame for fueling their NPD, their megalomaniac NPD. But at the same time, if they see there is no wrong in what they do, because they have such a high level of self-importance now, you come across many women that are very confrontational and very in your face, as if they have been fueled so much as to not only get their supposed freedom and liberation, but not only that, they also want to step on men in the process to say, "I can get in your face. I can be such an aggressive, unapproachable woman. If you can't handle me because I am so aggressive and confrontational, it must mean you are a weak man. You are weak because you can't handle these modern, rocket-fueled, narcissistic, non-empathetic women." I am not sure when women assumed this was attractive, that this was actually a turn-on. Not for me. A strong-minded woman, a focused, strong-minded woman with good opinions is separate from being loud, brash, and aggressive. Because women don't understand, many of us as men see them as aggressive. Not in a sense of fear, in a sense of thinking, "My God, why would I want to be with you? Who would want to be with you? Why would I want to come home from work to this? To your level of self-importance, to no food cooked because you are no longer such women, and to be expected to still go above and beyond." Is it surprising that so many men just say F it and can't be bothered? Not even in a sense of being weak, as it's always seen. Not in a sense of being afraid. In a sense of, why should I tolerate this? Why should I be the naive fool for you because you believe you are this important? To yourself and to an army of simps, indeed. But from a man finds his cojones, he understands he is not placing them in your hands again, to have them ball busted, ball crushed, or ball enchained. That sounds painful. Very liberated time we live in, isn't it? There is a Jamaican song, and the lyrics go, "One man can't satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire." Interesting, isn't it? But thank you for listening. If you'd like to support my channel, there are links in the description below. And as always, sometimes they should step back and ask themselves why any sane, rational man would want to deal with you. Would you deal with you? There's your answer. Never forget. The world is yours. Have a nice day. Hello. So I'm currently recording some more videos or editing some more videos, but there are some next to my head right here for you to watch in the meantime.